my name is Nicole. I'll be working with little Ona today, and I know he's only about 4 months old. He's such a cute guy, really bubbly and energetic, and he gets along really great with all of the pups here. So I heard that we would be working on some walking, and definitely one of the most important things when you're teaching your puppy how to walk properly on a leash is consistency. Of course, when we do have our puppies out for, the first few months, even up until, 6 months, 9 months, we all experience a lot of pulling, perhaps some excitement on the leash, and of course we want to make sure everyone walks very nicely. And the number one thing that a dog should learn, other than of course, sit and stay, is to heel. And I do have Ona on a slip leash here. And the reason for this is because when I have it adjusted properly at the very top part of the neck behind the ears, this gives me complete control over his head. And so when you do have perhaps on a flat collar or something, when the dog is walking, perhaps they pull, that can cause tracheal damage. So you really want to do as little damage to your dog when you're walking him. And also, when you do have a harness for a dog, that really enables them to pull. They feel powerful, and so you kind of get that sled dog effect when you have a harness on them. So the easiest way is to just have the slip lead, or a regular collar, just making sure that it's right up at the top here. But you want to maintain complete control over his head at all times. This makes it so when you do have to give a correction, you do it with as little effort as possible. So instead of telling the dog, no, or trying to get them back into a position, we use positive punishment, which would mean that we are providing a direct link to the time in which a behavior occurred that we didn't agree with. So when we do give the dog positive punishment or a correction, we would just use our wrist here, slight tug off to the side, and when we do that motion, we're going to tell the dog no. So this means that the dog understands the meaning of the word no. When we do have perhaps some dogs that if you tell them no, no, no all the time and there are no consequences, they're not really going to listen to that word no. So when you do have to tell them no, make sure you give a correction. And when you do give that correction, that's going to pinpoint the exact point in time that you're going to basically tell your dog that you did not appreciate that behavior. Alright, so when we're first starting on a walk, like I said, really important to make sure that our dogs can heel properly. And when we do teach our dogs to heel, we like to just simple slap on the leg. That's the easiest way to do it. You don't have to have a specific hand motion or anything like that. Simple slap on the leg and ask the dog to come to your side in the heel position. Yes, yes. Alright, so Mr. Ona really wants to go back to all of his little puppy friends, but because we're working right now, I want to make sure that I have his attention. So obviously he's not around any of the other dogs right now. I want to maintain that focus. And because he is a puppy, all puppies get distracted easily by sounds, smells, you name it, they're interested in it. So making sure, of course, when we do practice heel and everything, we need to have all of our basic commands cemented before we can ever trust our dog off of the leash. So if you'll notice when we do the training videos with him in the very beginning, we want to make sure everything is on leash. Something as simple as asking your dog to come to you, you can make sure that you can control them by having them on the leash. Alright, so I won't make Mr. Ona wait any longer. So we're going to practice the heel right now. And it's really going to be in baby steps, literally. So when I ask him to heel, slap on the leg, Ona heel. And when he comes to my side, I'm going to wait, ask him to sit down, and then I can give him affection. Alright, so this takes a lot of practice. You must be extremely consistent, and one of the best ways to go about doing this is working inside of your house. So having him on the leash, like I said, you're able to control Ona, making sure that you can tell him no when he does something like pulling or biting the leash perhaps, making sure you can give that correction, no, and then proceed to continue doing what you're doing. All right, and another thing is that we want to make sure that he follows through with commands. Every single time you say something simple like sit, you want to make sure no matter what, he has to do it. If it takes 5 seconds or 5 minutes, making sure that he follows through and he doesn't win. I know he's really adorable and it's hard to say no to him, but if he refuses to sit down, even if it's just a waiting game, we do have to make sure that he sits. All right, so let's begin our healing. I'm just going to do some demonstrations. A lot of times in the beginning parts of learning to walk nicely on a leash, the pups get really frustrated because they're not able to do what they want to do or what they usually do. So, Mr. Ona, you ready? Good boy. All right. So, just like I said before, it's going to be a real simple slap on the leg, Ona heel, and then I will move just a couple of steps. If he does get, around me or anything like that, I want to make sure I correct that at no and bring him right back to the heel. Yep. Good boy. Okay, so he knows he has to sit. I did a quick little evaluation with him. He knows how to sit. Good sit, bud. Good sit, Ona. Good sit. And we want to make sure that every single time we do stop when we're taking our dog for a walk, that he does go to a sit. The reason being is that when you do have to stop at a corner, for instance, and there are cars around, you want to make sure that Ona is safe and sound right by your side. He's not floating around or, trying to sniff something or say hi to someone. He needs to be sitting nicely right by your side. Yep. A little bit in front of you, or perhaps sit in a wonky position. That's okay. You just want to make sure that you can just kind of turn him around. There we go. Bring him right back to that sit. Good sit, Ona. Good sit. Perfect. And when he does do a good job with either sitting or coming to your side, good sit, Ona, or good heel, you want to reinforce that command. Yep. Yep. Just waiting for the sit there. Sometimes if you're patient, he'll or the dog will know to put their little booty down. There we go. Good sit. Good sit. Good boy. Good boy. Well, Ona is quite a smart little guy. He catches on pretty fast, and continue to work on the heel. But I will start to walk with him instead of just stopping every couple of steps, since he did such a great job. Yep. Yes. Good. Good. backwards there. That's okay. Yes, good boy. Good sit, Ona. Good boy. All right, perfect. And as for rewards, you can also use treats. We do use treats occasionally with training. However, we also do like to use a lot of affection. The reason being is that we want to make sure that the person turns into the treat for the dog. Of course, some dogs are really, really food motivated, and they will just drop everything and do whatever you want for food. Ona really, really seems to love people. So this is a great opportunity for me to take advantage of him being able to sit through the physical affection, not looking for any treat or anything. So this is great. Good boy. Yep. Good here. Good. Good. Oh, wrong direction again. That's okay. He's actually doing an awesome job. He's really getting the hang of it. Actually very, very good on the leash. As far as the sitting goes, he knows he has to sit. Sometimes the direction is a little bit different than what it's supposed to be, but considering that he's only 4 months old and he's healing very nicely already, that's a great, great sign. Good boy. Oh, and also, in addition to having him on the leash in your house, when you do have time to take him out for a walk or something, try to exercise him first. A lot of times when we do take our dogs for a walk because they're energetic or something like that, they start to pull, maybe they get a little bit vocal, they want to see who's over here and what that is over there. So when we do allow them to exercise, this enables us to monitor their reactions towards other dogs, people, distractions, and not have that energy come into play. So a tired dog going on a walk, that's the perfect opportunity to work on some training with them. Yes, Mr. Ona's doing so well. Yep. Yep. Good boy. Perfect. Sitting in the right direction, facing the way that we're going. He was a great, great boy with the healing, and very proud of him, especially for a first training session. I mean, come on, this is too much already. So, we've just been going over the introduction to heel. This is something that we really want to try to work on consistently, and making sure that, you know, whenever you take Ona out, you ask him to heel, and make sure that he knows that command like the back of his paw. So work on it constantly, and since he's already picked it up so fast, this is a great sign that he's walking awesome on a leash already. It's been Nicole here with Mr. Ona, working on Introduction to Heel. See you later.